Hi and welcome to Butter Toast's video on creating and updating your blog posts. So if you're with me here, you'll hopefully have gone through all the previous ones, which will make you more comfortable with logging into your WordPress site, setting up your site to be edited and editing your Divi pages. So if you've gone through those already, then you'll be really comfortable with what we're doing here. And you'll already have sat with these two tabs open, so you could go in and edit your Divi page. But what we're going to do today is we're actually just going to, I'm just going to move that over, go into the back end, I call it the dashboard, and from here you're going to just run your mouse down the left hand side till you hit posts and click on posts. Now you can see I have one post sitting here already, and this is where you'll see all the previous posts you have made. So if I want to add a new one, I will hit the add new button, and at the moment it's set up to offer me this in Divi. Now I'm going to suggest that in terms of your posts that you actually use the default editor just for posts. It's a lot easier because I've already have set up a template for you, so really it's just putting the content in the template. I'm going to click use default editor, and it gives me this kind of blank piece of paper. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is add a title, and the title in terms of blogs is really important. Your title should represent something that you think people are going to search for, that they'll be interested in, and that's why you're writing your blog. You're answering a question that somebody's going to search for in Google, and then they're going to find your blog and they're going to recognize you as the person's whose voice they want to hear on this topic. One of the things and tricks that is really good is to use numbers in your blogs. So you'll have seen this before all over the internet. People are doing this because search engines love it. So 10 ways to drive your car backwards, 8 top tips for removing stains, and 3 best reasons to use a web developer. Okay, so I've got a great heading because people are asking the question, why should I use a web developer? I'm going to give them 3 reasons. Okay, number 1. Yeah, okay, that's great. Now I'm going to go number 2. So as you can see, it's already picked up the fact that I've got the number in, just like your Word document would. So when I hit the next one, it's going to give me that. Okay, but you know, that's okay. It's a bit boring. I might want to add some stuff in here. So you can use this plus here or the plus up here to add blocks. So when I add a block, it gives me some options here. I can add another paragraph if I choose to, or a list, or I can add an image. So let's say I look in the media library. Oh, he's a handsome chap. I'm just going to select him. He looks like a trustworthy web developer, so I'll have him in my reasons to trust. And let's see, I'm just going to do another image maybe here, but I'm going to upload one, I think, because I think it's probably really important to have a nice butter toast in there. Oh, it's a big one. There you go. So that you can continue on doing if you're wanting to put in, say for example, above here you think, well actually I want a heading in here, so I'm going to put a heading in here, and you can see it's got the heading level changed to H2, and if you were with me for the editing a Divi page, you'll understand that there should only ever be one H1 heading on a page, so all the rest will be H2 or below. And when I say below, confusingly, they've got higher numbers, so H2, 3, 4, 5. So they go up in numbers, but generally they go down in size. So I can put a wee header in there. Okay, so I think I've done a good job there. I'm going to save my draft now, just so I don't lose any of that good stuff that I've talked about. And at this point, I could preview it. Now, what I like to do when I preview is I like to right-click on the preview and open a new tab, but actually it's not giving me that, so I'm just going to hit preview. And you can check it out on as it would appear on a tablet or a mobile. I'll just stick with the desktop, and here is the new tab, which I just find sometimes you have to click around till you find the things. And here's what it'll look like. Yeah. Now yours will look a little bit different depending on the template that I've set up. Quite often I take these sidebars away and put something more useful here, because nobody really, and unless your site is a pure blog, people don't really want to know about this stuff. You might notice though that there's no heading image or anything here, and that's really interesting. So let's go back and find out why. So the reason for that is that if you scroll down on the right hand side, there's a thing called featured image, and if you set the featured image, which I think should be some toast, and save that, and if I just preview again, you'll see that this comes in at the top. So this is your featured image, comes up at the top, and then all the rest of the stuff comes below. So if you any images you put within the text will not appear at the top, only the featured image. And that is true for when you're got your list of blog posts. If you notice the image is missing, then it's more than likely your featured image that is the problem here. So I'm just going to go back in to the document. So this is the blog. So this is all about here. If I go back into the document, you can stick this to the top of the blog page. So if it's really important, you think that's a keeper, let's keep it at the top, you can click there to do that. I'm not going to do that. You can review it and things like that, but in general you probably won't. Now the thing about this is that all of these go in as uncategorized by default. I'm just going to take that off and I'm going to give it a category. I think giving it a category is a really good idea. Helps with your searching and search engine optimization. Adding tags in is really good as well to help with refining the searches. So you could use business as one of your tags, and you could use, what else could you use? You could use web. Oh, it's trying to tell me that website would be a good option. Well, I think developer would be better, so I'll just do that. You separate them with a comma, and well, okay, I'll have website as well. Okay, you can also put in a wee excerpt, which will be the paragraph that will appear in Google here as well. So when you're done all that, save your draft. Always save your work as you go along. Now you can do a couple of things. You can either publish it straight away, or you can schedule this to maybe, I'm going to do that on this 25th. So you can actually write and schedule blogs quite far in advance. So when you've got the creative juices flowing, just write all the blog posts and schedule them up. And then don't forget to click the schedule. If I do try and leave without doing that, it will give me a warning. So if you get this popping up, just go back and think, what have I forgotten to do? And it could be that I've forgotten to schedule it. And there you go, you can see it's scheduled there. Or I might have forgotten to save it. And then coming out of that, you can see that's another blog. So these are both scheduled and they will go whenever they go whenever you've scheduled. One of them is set to be sticky, which means that it will remain at the top, which is this one here. Okay, so hopefully that has given you a good overview on how to add and schedule your blog posts, and the next in the series will be around search engine optimization using Rank Math.